Here we are, step 3 of 3 in this Path to Happiness series. Step 3, happiness. What do I do with it now that I have some? So here you are, where I am, improving and taking control of your life a little at a time. You've decided you want more happiness, you've made space, observations, positive changes, and now you have more happiness. Okay. You're not perfectly happy. Your life is now more pleasant than it was, but you want more. Perhaps you wonder, is the reality and power of my perceptions of the right quality? Are they of the correctness needed to not be an illusion or a delusion to myself, but correct, to obtain this bliss or happiness or contentment or whatever it is? You know, I might need to define what is happiness to me before I can even proceed. Is happiness contentment with spikes of joy? One may have to take some time to get used to even being happy. Perhaps we need to take a moment, see where our thoughts are at this point in our life, and recognize our progress. Then we can continue to evolve our perceptions from this place of increased peace. Perhaps the journey from here is just to periodically check in with ourselves in this way. Perhaps then reaffirming the decision to pursue more happiness, make more space, and basically begin again at the beginning, remaking this journey to new depths of understanding. Decidedly having goals, such as striving for deeper levels of happiness, that'll often influence decisions in slight ways, and the accumulation of small choices can soon become direction or achievement. Writing goals down brings them into the tangible world, and then letting go of your desires helps you to manifest them, but not from a place of wanting. Now, should I choose to begin again this search for more happiness, gratitude and spending time in a state of gratefulness is a shortcut to aligning your perspectives towards positivity and abundance. I think the effort's worth it. To evolve my perceptions further, I may end up with a happiness I could never have fathomed. Maybe not. You know, once you think something and realize it, you cannot unthink its truth to you. Another thing, I think that death is also an advisor here, as well as a motivator towards happiness and enjoying the moment. There are no guarantees. I would not work all day, every day for a future I cannot even guarantee, especially when time is the most precious thing. Especially if I don't even live to spend that big retirement fund. Maybe you own your house, still no guarantee. Not a guarantee you'll always have a place, even if you own it free and clear. So we're in this life of political, environmental, technological, and astrological uncertainty. How would you live if you realized the truth? We could go at any time, and it's not about age. Well, one last thing as I draw into this Happiness in 3 Steps series. As I promised in the first video lecture, I'm going to explain the connection all of this has on gardening. Well, gardening makes me happy, so there you go. And don't worry, there's more. Let's look a little deeper. Did you know getting your hands dirty in the garden can actually increase your serotonin levels? Contact with soil and specific soil bacteria, Microbacterium vaccae, triggers the release of serotonin in our brain, according to research. Another interesting bit of research relates to the release of dopamine in the brain when we harvest products from the garden. Researchers hypothesize that this response evolved over 200,000 years of genetics of hunter-gathering. And so that when food is found, gathered or hunted, a flush of dopamine would be released in the reward centers of the brain. And, that would trigger a state of bliss or euphoria. And that dopamine could be triggered by sight, just seeing a fruit or berry. And I think about times when I've been hiking and all of a sudden you come upon a whole patch of raspberries or something. And the smell as well as the action of actually plucking the fruit. All of that created a dopamine release. Gardening can also be that chore that gives you space and time to think. Now let's look at gardening not just as correcting ourselves, but our communities and the world. If this nation did not consume, but lived self-sufficiently, things would change for the better. If the methods employed by the people for this lifestyle were sustainable, things would change for the betterment of the planet. Through independence, we could limit government. I'm spreading the awareness of gardening rather than choosing to do nothing or choosing to blow things up. So please help. Spread awareness. Cure yourself. Garden. Cure the country and the world. So, wrapping this up now. It'd be great to hear your comments. Any information, perhaps tales of your own journey. And should you want these lectures to continue and I receive enough comments and interests, I could next talk about transcendence, absolutes, awareness of our senses, attachment, and lots of other good stuff. I hope the series will be of benefit. Don't forget, for every minute you're angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Well, please subscribe and have a nice day.